So hi everyone, my name is Fiona Lee Jones. I'm here today with Zach Winchester. So thank you, Zach, for joining us today for this interview from Michigan. Can you tell us a little about yourself?
I think I'm the least qualified one to say that. Something about myself.
Well, talk to us about these nonsense nights that you have once a month.
Okay. That is, well, there's a Nosti-Tution, and it's don't try to define it, don't take it seriously, and don't attempt anything mutual without mutual enthusiasm. And so those are three rules that are meant to make things freer, sort of thing.
Okay, are drugs and alcohol part of this experience? Is it like Burning Man at all?
Oh, geez, right out the gate. That, well, I folks make choices. It has been at a bar a lot. It's also been at a place that didn't serve alcohol and shall be in the future a bunch. But yeah, folks have the choice of consuming stuff if they wanna.
Okay, great. So what is this concept of magical turtles?
Oh. Well, some days I feel like explaining that, and other times I just magical turtles. Turtle with a turtle on a turtle in a turtle. Turtles. I don't think I'm the one to explain that. I don't have the puppet right next to me right now.
Okay. So can you tell us a little about the book of essays you're currently working on?
Oh, I said that I was going to do that, didn't I? I've forgotten to be doing that. What I'm hoping is that I type a lot, and sometimes I post things, and then posthumously somebody will then have the Argian task of having to collect all that stuff and edit something somewhat cohesive out of it. So upon my death, there will be a book, maybe like 2 or 3 years later, depending on how much I pressure a dear friend of mine to gather all of the blurbs and put them together in a book thing, sort of thing.
Okay, cool. So what are your thoughts on Enlightenment?
Oh, well, they're different all the time. Today, the mood I'm in, I would just say, I hope everybody's enjoying themselves in the consciousness party. However, I don't perceive a hierarchy today of that. There is a way in which somebody who's sitting in lotus position, perceiving themselves as in complete unified oneness with the everything multiverse and such, is enlightened. And then there's ways in which Donald Trump is enlightened about certain topics that other folks aren't focusing on. I guess it depends on what you're focusing on and what you think is important here. But there's folks who seem to have achieved egolessness for blocks of time, and then there's folks who even claim that they're like they'll say out loud like that they're getting enlightened, and everybody is equally blunderous and awesome and virtuous in my eyes at different times, depending on I go through different modes and means, and sometimes I look at the world as a place where we're doing a bunch of stuff wrong, and I have a bunch of suggestions for how folks can do things differently, and other times it's like kind of perfect. Today I feel like it's kind of perfect. It's a really nice day outside, and I don't know what I would alter about all of this. It's yeah.
Okay, excellent. So what do you do on a daily basis to kind of grow your spiritual practice or feed your spiritual practice?
Well, I don't always refer to it as a spiritual or a practice, but I'm very I pay attention a lot, and there's a lot of things that I care about a lot of the time. So I guess I just I put myself in situations and have experiences, and I'm constantly engaged in things that are highly social. So I have to be faced with the infinite mirror of other and all of their stuff, and then the dynamic of our stuff together. And then I just I get awkwardness. I engage in the yoga of the sacred awkwardness often, and through personal failure and embarrassment, I think I level up, and just being genuinely confused a lot, which to me that's my feeling enlightened state, when I'm genuinely confused and I don't know what this is, but I'm not disconcerted about being confused, or even maybe even being disconcerted. So I let myself have sincere experiences, I would say. That's my spiritual practice.
Okay, great. So kind of like being transparent and just allowing any uncertainty to exist without having to kind of, understand everything about the world.
Yeah, and it's different all the time. But today I would say, in just engaging in reality is super duper spiritual to me. It's plenty interesting here, and there's plenty of stuff to get involved with that can't help but make you better.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. So I know we're running low on time, but I wanted to ask you if you'd be interested in collaborating on a guided meditation in the future, where you could send me some sort of magical turtle narrative and I could add music to it to create a meditation.
Oh, I was planning on doing that already. So you're saying that the magical turtle leads through a thing. We're going out into the star speckled cloudsverse, and now I just breathe deep into. Yeah, I was gonna do a thing like that anyway. So sure, yeah, I want to do a bunch of those. And yeah, I just listened to a really really good podcast last night. That was Duncan Trussell with this fellow whose name escapes me, who is articulating meditation in a better way than I've ever heard. I think it seemed so accessible. It was so good. It made me want to meditate more. Because when a lot of folks talk about that, they talk about it as if it's a specific thing, and I don't like the idea of telling people to do specific things, because that undermines the whole point of getting to be an individual, because you get to make stuff up as you go along, and you're never wrong, unless you're doing decisively awful, which I don't think people are going to do in their meditating. So yes,
That would be great. So thank you so much, Zach, for joining us today. I really appreciate the time that you've taken to share your wisdom and answer our questions. So thank you again.
Thank you, Fiona. Bye-bye.
All right, take care. Bye.